Good day, class. Today in JSS 2 Social Studies we are studying social groups, with a focus on peer groups and associations. Human beings are social animals, we naturally form groups and cannot live in isolation. Understanding the groups we belong to and their influence on us is an important part of social studies. A social group is a collection of two or more people who interact regularly, share common interests or goals, and have a sense of identity and belonging as a group. Social groups are different from mere crowds. A group of strangers waiting for a bus is not a social group, because they do not interact regularly or share a common identity. Social groups are classified in several ways. Primary groups are small, intimate groups characterized by close personal relationships, long-lasting bonds, and face-to-face interaction. Members of primary groups know each other personally and care about each other as individuals. The family is the classic example of a primary group. Close friendship circles are also primary groups. In primary groups, interactions are personal, emotional, and involving the whole person. Secondary groups are larger, more formally organized groups where relationships are more impersonal and task-oriented. Members come together for a specific purpose, to work, study, worship, or pursue a common goal, rather than for emotional support. A school class, a business organization, a trade union, and a political party are examples of secondary groups. Now let us study peer groups in detail. A peer group is a social group made up of individuals of similar age, social status, and shared interest. Peers are equals, they have roughly the same level of experience, authority, and social standing. Peer groups are most influential during childhood and adolescence. Positive influences of peer groups include motivation to study harder when your peers are academically focused, encouragement to participate in sports, arts, and other constructive activities, development of social skills including communication, conflict resolution, and cooperation, and providing emotional support, companionship, and a sense of belonging. Negative peer influences include peer pressure to engage in risky behavior such as drug use, truancy, or violence, pressure to conform to harmful group norms even when they conflict with personal values or family teachings, and exclusion or bullying of members who do not conform. How to resist negative peer pressure: stand firm in your values. Learn to say no confidently without feeling the need to justify yourself. Seek out positive peer groups. Communicate with trusted adults, parents, teachers, counselors, when peer pressure becomes difficult to handle. Remember that true friends respect your choices. Now let us look at associations and organizations. An association is a formal or informal group formed by people with shared interests, goals, or occupations. Associations have more structure than informal peer groups. They often have constitutions, elected officers, regular meetings, and defined membership criteria. Types of associations relevant to Nigerian students and society include students' associations, such as the Students' Representative Council or Students' Union at secondary and tertiary level. These give students a voice in school governance, organize events, and develop leadership skills. Professional associations, groups of people in the same profession who come together to set standards, share knowledge, and protect their common interest. Examples include the Nigerian Bar Association for Lawyers, the Nigerian Medical Association for Doctors, the Nigerian Institute of Architects, and the Council of Registered Engineers of Nigeria known as COREN. Trade unions, associations of workers who join together to negotiate wages, working conditions, and workers' rights with employers. We will study trade unions in more detail in second term. Community development associations, groups of residents who come together to address common local problems such as road maintenance, water supply, security, and community beautification. These are very active in Nigerian communities. Religious associations, such as Christian youth fellowships, Muslim student societies, and traditional religious societies. These provide spiritual formation, community service, and social belonging. Cultural associations, groups organized around ethnic, linguistic, or cultural identities, such as Afenifere, Yoruba, Ohanis Ndigbo, Igbo, and Maeti Ola, Fulani. These promote cultural heritage and represent their community's interests in national affairs. NGOs, non-governmental organizations, are associations that work on social, environmental, or humanitarian issues without being part of government. Examples in Nigeria include the Environmental Rights Action, the Network for Justice, and many community health organizations. The functions of social groups and associations include meeting human needs for belonging and identity, providing support networks for members, representing members' interests to government and other powerful bodies, preserving and transmitting culture, facilitating collective action to solve common problems, and providing leadership development opportunities. As a JSS 2 student, you are already a member of several social groups: your family, your class, your school, perhaps a religious youth group or sports team. Understanding how these groups work and their influence on you helps you participate in them more consciously and resist negative pressures while drawing maximum benefit from positive group membership.